hello, hello, hello. How does one? I can't really just go 100 girlfriends with a chapter
Yeah,
like
on the
this.
girlfriend. Yeah,
Woo!
I gotta start. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I read the whole thing, but I still don't understand who this Nano character is. Like, did you know Red? Like, did he show up before? Like, is this like an Usa-chan Sa moment where
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like a really protracted USA thing.
yeah,
This is
where
like a multi-parter girlfriend introduction, which is really exciting.
yeah, I mean that's a really ballsy move from Nakamura. I really appreciate the innovative twist on
And
the
starting from
formula he's
her
going for here.
perspective like that, that's
Like, wow, like
interesting.
I mean,
Have we ever done that? Like not,
I mean, he's doing such a good job, like getting across the nature of the character. I feel like I almost kind of know her already, but I mean, obviously I don't. So, I mean, this
yeah, and
goes to
just like
show you.
Rentaro had deja vu. We were having deja vu. It's crazy. It's really immersive experience.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
that
mean,
bit
yeah,
is over.
yeah, I mean, I could continue for a while longer.
Yeah, yeah, that was a good bit though. That was actually I applaud you for that bit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, Rios, you have been calling, screaming, crying, pissing, shitting, coming for some Nano development. So I just want to let you start with how you feeling right now. How you feeling in this moment?
Okay. Well, I mean, I mean, I don't know. Can you imagine running into an alternate version, like an alternate universe version of herself, who hadn't had the same character you had, and more to the point, looked down on you for your character development? Like
You changed and fucking realized emotional balance. Gross. Get out
yeah,
of here.
crazy. I mean, and at one point, like they're forcing their I guess like that other you is forcing their like ideology. Like what? I
Real
mean,
cunty,
like, what do
yeah. No, I mean that's the
yeah,
efficiency brain, isn't it? Right? I mean, from her
yeah.
perspective, it's like, oh, God, fucking. There's so much wasted time in your world. What's the point? You could be fucking. You guys could be like, that meme where it's like, the world if Christianity didn't exist, and then it's like the fucking future world. Like,
Yeah. Oh my lord. Yeah.
I think
That sounds like what Nano's 20 years ahead future is like. Apparently, I gotta
any
ask.
clothing that isn't skin tight is inefficient. Obviously.
Yeah, like I've got to ask you, like in the future, has Hollywood moved on from the reboots and the rehatches and the multiverses? Like, please,
It's
have they
funny
moved
you
on?
say that because there's that line where she's like, "Thank you, other self. Your efficient use of buzzy catchwords."
Yeah. Like,
Oh yes,
oh
I
my
remember the era. Before I purged all of Hollywood, they finally stopped wasting all that time making art and entertainment and got down to the important shit. See, and like this is, I mean, like this should be obvious to anyone with like a human heart because Nano has a human brain but not a human heart. At least this one, right? And it's that like what's the point? The first thought you should be having is what's the point of all this innovation if not to
Yeah.
enjoy life with it, right? Like
Just saying, this stuff is significant or insignificant or meaningless or meaningful, but how are you deciding that? That's kind of important to define. 'Cause this is the issue you run into with these sorts.
these sorts.
Yeah, they take for granted the I guess the terms, like the meaning of the terms, and they don't really like bother to like what's the word? Like introspection is inefficient, is what Nana would probably
You could
say.
almost kind of compare, pre-character development Nano to like an AI tech bro. Unironically, like obviously they're a bit more
Yeah.
like dude bro-y than Nano is, but like there is like this attitude within people that are making like the AI stuff, which is like move fast, break things. They don't think about the consequences. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
and it really does feel to me like advancement for advancement's sake. It's like, what are we even, who wants this, right? Does anyone really want this, or are you just making it to feel like you're doing something? It's you gotta stop and question at some point, like, what are all these advancements for, if not to make life happier? What, like you shouldn't
Make
just be,
so people can do like say artistic stuff and not have like not do what we're doing in our world where we're using the AI to make art for us so we can go
get back into the coal mines, baby.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the other way around. The AI is supposed to be getting into the coal mines so we can be enjoying ourselves making art and shit. But when capitalism is
I
when
wonder
your whole
how does Nano feel about capitalism? Because I feel like it's objectively not very efficient.
well, that depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to maximize capital at the expense of all else. And yeah, it is
Right?
incredibly
You have to have
efficient.
we need to define our framework, right?
Yeah.
Every ideology has a framework it's based upon. So like there is, you know, so what is Nano's framework? Pure efficiency. So in that case, she should be a communist.
But that no, that's only if she wants to prioritize human flourishing.
That's
Which,
true. Get in
apparently
the bread line. Bread line is the most efficient way to get food. I mean, why you don't got to worry about all them spices and like variety. Just
Lord,
get
yeah.
your loaf of bread.
Just give them soil and green.
Yeah, yeah. She
It's
would
even
drink.
more efficient. 'Cause we're just recycling humans. You know?
I should have gotten her Huel for. Have I told you about? So this sounds like a sponsor as fuck, but you know, like we have 500 fucking subscribers. We're not sponsored, okay? But like, I drink this fucking meal replacement shake stuff called Huel because I'm like intolerant to everything. I'm like gluten intolerant, dairy intolerant. Whenever I eat, I'm in pain. It's unfortunate. So I always start off my morning with like Huel. It's Huel. It's like a meal replacement. It's like everything, nothing in it that could possibly hurt you, and it's like really, really fucking healthy. And like I'm just thinking now for their Christmas stream, I should have gotten her some of that, like a fucking sack of meal replacement, like protein shake. It's like, yes, thank you. Mastication is inefficient after all.
Yeah, I reminded a boss of mine way back. They had like one that was literally just called Soylent Green meal replacement. I was like, I mean, I appreciate
After the
the audacity. Yes, I appreciate the audacity to do that. I mean, it tasted good, so I mean, I guess.
It is people after all. Oh my god. Well, anyway, I feel like before we get to the serious stuff, we should discuss future Nano's look and outfit. Awuga?
Yeah, Awuga. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the outfit she had in Natty's Freedom Time, where that was not as complicated, but I mean, I guess this was, it was foreshadowed like 2 years ago, sort of.
This is what Nano would have become if not for the Riz Taro. You know what I mean?
No, another thing I noticed, only because we got to see short hair Nano from this last week's episode of the anime. In the past, when Nano was less human, her hair was shorter. But then when she met Rentaro and became basically human, her hair was longer. But in this future version where she's got even more AI robot, her hair is even shorter than when she was.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, when she was younger or whatever. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that one may say that we're reading too deeply into this, but welcome to the channel. Hello, nice to meet you.
Maybe.
I think you're cooking because think of what's gonna be animated like. Fucking I forgot the hair tentacle drug was like foreshadowed earlier and then it becomes like anyway when she does the hair tentacle drug and she's like, oh, your hair might fall out, she's like, okay, cool, bet. And then Rentaro's like, but I like your long hair. The hair stays long for Rentaro. I mean, it's the same, like, I do that with my fucking beard. I like it more short, but Allie likes it longer. You know how it goes. You do that. You make sacrifices for your love.
Do it halfway between.
Yeah, exactly. A medium
compromise.
Beard. Oh my god! But yeah,
I do need that disclaimer. I did read the Raws for this first, via Backtrack Reacts live reading of it on stream. It was on, so I mean, if you're interested, checking that one out.
I should also plug our stream that is happening tomorrow and or today, depending on when you're watching this. March 8th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check our live tab; it's scheduled. The ultimate crossover. We got Moonlight, Slice of Life Gaming. We got Backtrack Reacts. We got us. It's gonna be crazy.
We've got what's the Marvel we've collected a special.
We'd like to talk to you about a certain initiative.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
God, I mean, dude, I wanted to mess with you so badly, but I wanted to be Nano, you're gonna have to confront her past self, the person she was and her actions she made before meeting Rentaro. It's gonna be, it's gonna be crazy. I wouldn't have gone too far, but yeah.
You were about to spoil me, motherfucker? Is that what I'm about to hear right now?
No, it would have been fake spoil. I mean, come on. I'm sure you knew there would have been some, a character development kind of thing.
I didn't know shit. I knew it was Nano, and I knew it was a peak chapter.
All right. Okay, that's why I didn't say it. I really
appreciate
wanted to.
that. Thank you. You're a good friend. No, I mean, you're talking to the guy who doesn't watch movie trailers. I really don't like spoilers.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for me to think, because, for me, all my most interesting reactions are, after I've consumed the thing, so it's really hard for me to, like the initial reacting thing is like, oh, what that's just the shit I have to get through to get to the actual interesting parts.
Right, where you brain
Yeah.
thinky. No, my peak is turn off filter, speak.
Mm.
The more because I mean the nature of OCD, which I have, is like the more you think about stuff, the worse it becomes because you start to like fucking I don't know, you run it through the Brita filter of your mind 37 times
Yeah.
until it becomes shitty. Like I have sent you like 3-minute long voice memos only to look down and realize that my phone stopped and then tried to do it again and it's like nowhere near as good. Like I try to like redo the same joke and it's not natural anymore and I'm like fuck.
Yeah, that part does happen to me too, where
Yeah.
I'll think like there's so many times I've been like in bed just thinking about like a thing I want to write, and I'm like, in the past I'd be like, yeah, I'll write it in the morning. Then in the morning comes, I cannot remember
Mm,
the exact specific wording I had. So nowadays I just write, even if it's like, oh my god, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I'm tired as fuck. But if I don't write this down,
yeah.
it's gonna be
I'm the
lost in
same
the
way,
ether.
honestly. Like, cause I keep getting these basically what I do is I have a notes app just like to jot down ideas. Cause I have them while I'm at work.
Mhm.
Like I thick ideas and I'll just be like, I'll just like speak it into my phone real quick. Anyway, chapter.
Yeah, yeah.
So okay, I mean this is the part where normally there's so little super substance happening that we can kind of just like go through, but I almost feel the need to
Mhm.
do the typical like reviewer thing and like summarize what's happening, Moonlight style. I'm just gonna really quickly. So yeah, she shows up, she's like, I
This is
want
on the
to.
first page, like
Yeah,
no,
instantly I was like, I actually thought at first
Nano
that
was
was
about
like
to
a
throw down.
I bitch. Yeah, who the fuck are you? And I love too. She's just like your alarm. Like she's like you can tell she's like annoyed. Like oh god, fucking emoting. What a fucking waste of
Yeah.
time. Stop, you. But so like I wanted to ask you too. Like I was trying to understand this concept. So she wants to create a bunch of copies of her world in order to like skim them for better
Well, like
technology.
she wants to go through all the alternative universes and find the nanos there and basically turn them into clones of herself. So then she
So
can have
that
like
way
a
it can
big,
work together and create
yeah,
like
like a
a
big
okay.
distributed network of nano
That's crazy.
technology.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, lots of yapping to say that for sure. I like how dead her eyes are too. That's a great detail.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think mainly the preamble is there, the meat of it is afterwards, right? And
Mhm.
like what what really hit me was I love the decision to make this go
Oh my god,
slow
yes.
and
And to have
painful.
a running counter of how much, how close we are to like complete synchronization, presumably, where it'll be
Yeah.
like almost impossible to undo.
And now is this here's a question I have. Is it because she talks about how she's the nexus point or whatever. But it is going to change the whole world. It's not just changing people's relation to her, correct?
Yeah.
So as of now, she still sees the other girls hanging out. But like when this is fully synced, this is going to be a world where no one talks to any or like it bothers interacting with anyone on like an emotional level, right?
Uh,
Presumably.
no, I don't. I don't think so. I think it's because she
Or is
can't.
she crossing over to her world? See, that's what's confusing to me.
Okay. Alternate Nano is going to the other worlds, and I
Yep.
think the only thing she can. I mean, she is changing, like, I think the world, but she's mostly just changing the existence, like Nano's existence within the world. She's basically just removing all of Nano's attachments. Is the
Oh,
is
see,
the
that's
takeaway?
that. My understanding at first was that she
It's
was gonna
almost as
make.
if she never existed.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah, it's an Ebenezer Scrooge moment, right? She's
That
having
means
her.
Saki is the 29th girlfriend, like Tama's the 24th girlfriend, not the 25th.
See, that's what was confusing to me because, like, the wording to me, unless I'm being fucking retarded right now, but like, it felt to me like she was saying, like, I'm going to create, like, make your world just like mine, basically. So I thought like shit was gonna change. We were gonna see like future world shit, but it is just her.
I mean, yeah, she's basically like, she's on page 4. She's saying like, the easiest thing to do is to
Yeah.
just
Oh,
just
right.
mass produce worlds that have the a clone of her, basically.
Oh, okay. I get it now. Right, okay, because she says, even I don't have the technology to completely change your world, so instead I'm going to use you, I'm going to make
you will do the work.
You'll do it for me. Yeah,
world.
think about it. Nano, I don't know if this is the
Outsourcing.
implication or not, but Nano is so fucking important. Literally, if Nano didn't meet, if Rentaro didn't start this harem, this is what the world would become. We would be like a techno-futurist society.
If it weren't for Hahari, then they would have been taken over by those fucking kissless aliens. So like I'm sure by the end of the story, every single girlfriend will
have a save the world moment.
Yeah, either saving the world or damning it or whatever.
Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, wow, thank you for clearing that up for me. Okay, so anyway, love how slow it's going. The slow agonizing is really making this. I really, really, really love when she comes up on the group. I mean, the facial expressions of this chapter are fucking phenomenal. So she comes up on this first group here, and like this panel where they're all staring at her, and there's such like detail and attention to the eyes and how they look at her as if she's a stranger. I mean, it's crazy how much you wouldn't think, and you know, this is coming from like a non-artist here. Like I know because I'm friends with artists, but from a non-artist, I just want to say it's so impressive how much detail you can get out of the eyes. Like they're just eyes. Like it's just fucking circles.
Well, I mean, it's really just because I mean, we humans have a whole part of our brain devoted to decoding facial expressions. So I guess this artists are just
really tuned into that. Yeah. I mean, even look at how like Kiki and Ira I always fuck her. Is it Ira? Am I saying that right? Ira.
Yeah, Ira. We know what you're talking about.
Oh, I hate it, bro. The comments are gonna be mad at me. Okay. Fucking yeah. Kiki and Ira are like looking at her like who the fuck is this? They probably don't even know who she is, you know what I mean? And then of course Mimi is, I love the attention to detail. I love that the author remembered that Mimi would be like, oh, what do you want? Get out of here. Bitch. Right, because and it's perfect because I just saw that episode, right, where you know so that's like, this is a world where instead of her joining the harem afterwards, you know, she's in the harem perfectly fine, and then Nano walks up and it's like, oh, thank God she isn't in the fucking harem. I don't know what I do.
Yeah, he's probably bad-mouthing Nano once to the other girls once he leaves.
Yeah, dude, she probably walked away and she's like, yeah, so that bitch, you have no idea, guys, how rude she is. I literally signed her up without her consent to a beauty contest, but that's besides the point. I just wanted to be friends with her.
She turned me down. She said friendship is meaningless, and like it's not magic, and it's... you also notice that, like, Shizuka, since she doesn't have Nano's name, saved in her phone, she has to, like, make do with the AI.
I could even, like, envision how that's said, too. Like, it's like, awkward, and there's, like, a pause and a delay between it, and... Oh, my God.
Poor Nano.
So good. It's so good. But, yeah, I mean, just the eyes, the artwork, how they look at her, it's phenomenal. And then, of course, Nano's emotional reactions are just, I mean, huge, because you so rarely see this from her.
We get like the money shot on page 15, where it's just, I mean, poor girl, like
where she cries.
Yeah, like I don't think we've ever seen Nano cry up to this point that I remember, but yeah,
I don't think so either.
Yeah, he's, I mean, this is her most human, basically, like.
So okay, and then I have things to say about this scene too. So again, and this is like this is gonna be an odd review for us because it is so different from what we normally talk about, right? It's like normally it's like, oh, Iku spilled water on her chest. Now her boobas are showing.
I mean, that's just because we haven't reviewed one like this yet, but they have been, like there was the Shizuka one that I'm sure like
to it have been. Yeah, well, because did we start reviewing after Shizuka trying to write her own thing? Yeah, this is our first like super serious, isn't it? Yeah, we need to get used to this format.
It's like, I mean, and we basically talked about it in our Discord correspondence, which you can, you can find on our
Discord. It's where do we have that? Is that pinned somewhere?
Yeah, pinned in the family channel, I think. Yeah.
We'll pin it somewhere else too. Maybe I'll make its own channel just where it's just that link. Maybe we could pin it in welcome or like rules or fucking, I don't know, something.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. We'll put it somewhere better. We'll pin it everywhere.
Easier to see.
Check every channel, you'll find it.
Yeah. That's why you have to go through every single one. You gotta comment in every single one.
Yeah. We're gonna hide it in like halfway down Uto's channel, I think.
It's gonna be like the fucking thing from Ready Player One, where it's like you have to go on a damn scavenger hunt. You gotta know all the 100 girlfriends lore to get to it, otherwise you're gonna be
Ooh.
lost.
Yeah, yeah. Only the true. We're gonna put you in a 100 girlfriends themed escape room, where you can only get to our Discord correspondence
You gotta
if
zing
you.
with your escapees.
Ooh, that's kind of hot, actually. Yeah.
You
Okay,
gotta
but.
form a 100-person polycule with your escapees. That's the only way to get through.
Ooh, yeah. Horny Jigsaw be like, I'm gonna need you to fuck all 100 of these women if you want out. Okay, I guess. I mean, unlimited time, right? There's not like a time limit. I mean, I might need to recharge. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, I got all day. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I can do this all day.
Here we go. I want to talk about this scene here. When she walks into the classroom, Natty. Okay, first of all, Natty teaching. I know we've seen glimpses of this. It's really nice to just really be in the scene. Like this chapter is moving so slowly and such a good pace. We really get to live in the moment, right? We really get to feel what it's like to be a student in this woman's classroom.
Yeah.
So is she teaching kanji right now? Is that, I'm assuming that's what this is?
He's teaching like a famous like a folk tale about like Rashomon or whatever. So she's basically explaining how he's explaining in her natty way, the whole, But then he plumb finds out he ain't alone. There's an old biddy fiddling with a lamp.
When I read, obviously having no idea what the fuck this meant, when I read this, I thought maybe she was like showing how. I suppose kanji would be like preschool shit for Japanese students, but like I assumed that it was like, because I know that like kanji is like different. I don't know. You could kind of describe it as like different shapes, right? Like how you're drawing it. I would assume. So I thought maybe there was, because isn't there one that kind of looks like a gate, or am I crazy?
Yeah. I mean, there's one. They got ones that look like everything.
Yeah, true.
All kinds of kanji.
Well, but anyway, this scene is so good, right? Just the slow kind of it gets you in. I mean, it's masterful paneling, right? Like the voice of Natty kind of drones out, and the scritching. I can just envision this in the anime, right? The voice of Natty drones out. The scritching becomes louder and louder and louder. We're zooming into her ear. She's trying to focus. She's doing her nano thing. She's like, I'm not thinking about it. I'm not thinking about it. I'm gonna focus. And she just breaks. And I mean, like, who knows if she's ever had like a moment. I bet she could probably count the moments she's cried on one hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is a rare thing for her, I have to imagine. And it's gorgeous. I mean, genuinely beautiful art. And then this is, I think everyone knows this is the fucking moment. This is the moment of the chapter. Fucking, when I saw Shizuka with the "Are you okay?" absolutely fucking broke me, dude.
I'm not okay.
And it's like such a cool way to like have kindness be so sad. Like, it's not something you see very often, right? Like, normally this would be like a nice wholesome moment of like, oh, she's coming to support her, but it makes it worse because I love the wording, I love the dialogue, right? Don't touch me like that, as though we were never friends, right? It's all these people interacting with her, even though they're being nice to her, interacting with her in a way that it's like, you're a stranger to me, but I'm trying to be nice. It makes it even harsher, because then it's like
It's missing the most important thing, Nano, the memory, the past experience, the shared experiences and stuff. Like,
and even beyond that, it's like, I think like she's remembering how kind and how beautiful of a soul Shizuka and all of the family members are. But now she's in a situation where it's like, oh my god, like, it's almost like remembering what you've lost, right? I mean, I feel like this would kind of be like if you were married to someone for 10 years and then you got a divorce and then you like watched like a video of you guys having fun together. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, this person was beautiful and had a beautiful soul, and I used to be able to call them my friend or my partner, and now I can't anymore. Like, that is, like, here they are being nice to me, but it's not in that like close way that I used to have. That's wow.
Just a polite, like you did, the kindness of a stranger. It's like,
oh my god. And this also this chapter is really great for Shizuka as well. It just kind of like reminds you how fucking nice she is. She's such a pure soul.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just good.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that just as Nano supported Shizuka through her confrontation with her mother, might Shizuka help Nano with her confrontation with herself. That'd be a nice little what do you call it, like a payoff, I guess, something like that.
Parallel.
Yeah, yes, parallel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes I'm useful for something. So I had one more thing to say. Oh yeah, well, but see, I think another added layer to this too is like remember it. I like what you said. There is no doubt in my mind that one AI is like a legend in the school, right? People know her as like the
Hmm.
weird because like, we've reverted to that world now, where everyone in this school, in this chapter, everyone in this school lives in a world where people think of AI and like, oh, she's the fucking weird one. Whenever you try to talk to her, she says, "Fuck off," you know, and I
Yeah.
this is bullshit. I'm studying. Don't talk to me. So like, already one, we have that. Two, she no doubt Shizuka just had an experience where AI came up, said good morning randomly, and then Mimi no doubt went on a whole tirade about how like, oh yeah, she's always been a bitch. Don't even bother with her. She's a waste of time. Blah blah blah. So like, for Shizuka to be this kind after all that is even like another layer on how kind of a person she is, because she doesn't care about what people say. She sees a person crying, and like when you hear about again this person who's always been like, I don't know, decried as like the weirdo or like the one you don't talk to, this person who we've probably no one in this school has ever seen emote like this. I think, you know, some people would be weirded out, but I think if you are an empathetic person, you would be like, okay, something must be really
Yeah.
up.
To make
Because
this
she's,
person.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if I were Shizuka, I think I would assume like like a parent died or something. I mean, you know,
Mhm.
to break someone like Nano, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow.
I also want to go a little bit back more towards like I guess towards like the sort of thematic, I guess like the symbolism of having the person who did this to her be herself basically. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm reminded of this quote from like the early psychologist Carl Jung, in his works on personality, whatever, where he's describing one of these psychological types, whatever he had come across in his work. The logical pragmatic sort who strives to make all their decisions on the basis of rational laws and whatever. But anyway, the quote goes something kind of like, but the closer we come to the center of power, where the formula operates, where whatever that individual sees as the rational laws, in Nano's case, like efficiency, the closer we get to that, the more life withers away from everything that doesn't
Oh.
conform to its dictates. Usually, it's the nearest relatives who have to taste the unpleasant consequences of the extroverted formula, since they are the first to receive its relentless benefits. But in the end, it is the subject himself who suffers most. This
Mm-hmm.
is right. We see right here, like Otherworld Nano believes he is doing right by following the efficiency of formula at the expense of all else. But I mean,
Wow.
ironically, she is just causing infinite suffering to herself in all other worlds. It's like, Nakamura is really
Yeah.
cooking in this.
No, really. I mean, it's actually insane. It's like fucking. It reminds me of This is gonna be a weird aside, but the guy who, and I hope I'm right on this. I'll have to double check and make sure I'm not wrong. But the
Mhm.
guy who ended up writing Black Clover originally wrote a series called Hungry Joker. I think, if I remember correctly. And what I remember about that series is that it was like really high concept, a lot more like I don't know, it was kind of like ahead of its time, really. Like there was like smart
Mhm.
concepts in it, and then it got canceled after 10 chapters, and then he kind of came back with Black Clover, which was a lot more of a dumbed down standard shonen. Now I can't speak for what Black Clover became. I know like there are, you know, maybe like later in its life it did more interesting stuff, but like in the beginning it was very much like a Naruto clone. And I remember in that moment, like one of the things that Thurman and I always used to talk about was that like he was such an intelligent writer that he had that kind of realization that he had to like dumb down his shit in order to get it out there. And like Nakamura is in such an interesting position with this series because he's really given himself this like ultimate sandbox where he can write whatever the fuck he wants. And like I mean I do see within Nakamura this like absolutely incredible writer who definitely
Yeah.
also just enjoys having fun, right? And like I hope that he trusts his instincts a little bit more going forward, where, you know, I wouldn't mind if we double or tripled the output of chapters like this. Now I don't want
Yes.
to ever completely lose the silly is a part of the
Mhm.
DNA of this series, but like I wouldn't even, you know, I mean, like I said, it's been what like 6 months plus since we had a serious chapter like this. I wouldn't mind doing stuff like this maybe 4 times a year, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Yeah,
If Nakamura, if you're listening, just
I'll be
consider
real.
me. Like,
There's a non-zero chance he is listening.
Well, yeah. He has
Because
a non-zero chance of anything, but
well, no, don't be fucking Nano about this. um,
it's just, does he know English? Like,
uh,
I guess if we get big enough, the Japanese One Hundred Girlfriend content creators start like translating our work for the Japanese audience,
put the
then
subtitles
yeah,
on. Uh,
yeah,
no, but I mean, obviously, I was gonna joke that because like there's been multiple moments where we have been like, God, I hope this happens, and then it does. It's just like,
yeah, we're just tapped into
yeah,
the same the flow or whatever
it's true.
Nakamura is.
The Nakamura flow. I was trying to think of a way to like combine the word Nakamura and
The
flow.
Naka flow.
Yeah, the Naka flow. Someone fucking commented recently on our review of, oh god, I don't remember. It was like 2 or 3 chapters before the movie theater one. So I think it was Nemu's introduction chapter. Either no, it was the chapter where it was the daily life chapter where she went on the roller coaster with Rentaro. And and I literally, I don't know if you've seen this, like he literally timestamped it and he was like, "You got what you wanted." I like beat for beat called the movie theater chapter. I forgot about that.
Damn.
Like I literally was like, "Oh my god!" Like you know, her and her. Now that we know that she's an adrenaline junkie, her and Rin are gonna get together, and Rin's gonna be like, "Hey, you want to watch a horror movie?" And I even called the part about how like normally she would fall asleep during movies, but because it's a horror movie, she's gonna be able to stay awake. And yeah, so I mean, Red is Nakamura confirmed. Have you ever seen Red and Nakamura in the same room? I'm just saying.
You know what? I haven't. Is this how you're advertising your work, Nakamura? You're making friends with your fans and then making like content.
That would be crazy. And then I'm also like friends with the illegal scanlation team on Discord of my work.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, what's up, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Shoutouts to Tuesday, by the way. I have to say, I don't know if I had a chance to show you this, Rios. I fucking messaged them jokingly. I did the Kendrick drop another diss track. I messaged them that, but it was like the Tuesday drop the chapter on Friday night and my life is yours, because I really wanted it out tonight so we can fucking do a review and not like have it interact with our stream tomorrow. And then he was like, maybe I will. And I was like, fuck yes, bro.
Like, perhaps I will, perhaps I won't.
He said he was in a situation where basically it could either come out tonight or tomorrow, depending on if he wanted to do the redrawing himself or if he wanted to let his redrawer do it. So it sounds like Tuesday locked the fuck in, and I'm gonna choose to believe that he chose to redraw all this stuff for me, for my sake.
Thank you very much, Tuesday. Gochi Soul Samadeshita. Thank you for the food.
He specifically said in DMs, he was like, I was considering how it might interfere with your chat or your stream or something. And the fact that, like, that blew my mind, I'll be honest, because that means, like, we are big enough where the person who puts out the scanlations is, like, considering our schedule. That just makes me happy.
I mean, not to get too big ahead about it. We're kind of big in the hunter girlfriend content scene. It's like,
you gotta let me toot my ego just a little bit. No, it is really cool. I mean, I've been wanting to say this for a while, but like, I grew up. I say grew up. We're talking like high school, college. I guess kind of grew up. So like, I've been watching the One Piece community, like YouTube community, for years. Tekken 101, King of Lightning, Mr. Morge, all the classics. And I have always been like jealous of their community because they do this cool thing where like every year they do the Reverie, which is like their big crossover stream where all of the big One Piece YouTubers get together and discuss that year of One Piece. And I'm just so fucking happy that I feel like we've kind of created that with 100 Girlfriends. It's me, you, Moonlight, and Backtrack.
It basically is the One Piece of harem anime. So I mean,
yeah,
I guess it's only to be expected that the fandom would become the One Piece fandom of harem anime.
It's just so exciting to be able to be a part of that, and like I don't know, I just feel so. I mean, it really is true what they say. I mean, the human mind craves community, right? I mean, we love it, and like it's just. This series has created like the ultimate epicenter for like one of the best online communities I've ever had in my entire life. Like I really, really, really love being in this community. It's one of the best decisions I ever made to start reading this series, and then an even better decision to start reviewing it.
Same here. I mean, as someone who's never really been in the fandoms to this extent, this is basically my first time doing it. It's like, I mean, it's a pretty good. I made a pretty good gamble on my first real foray into I mean,
my God.
I'm basically like Nano once again. Like my first foray into real
Oh.
like community management was with a big I guess a sort of big community sort of thing, and it turned out to be really good for me. It's like yeah. So I mean, I guess I should be looking out for a future version of myself to come on the scene and be like, you're not being productive
The
enough. You need
future
to.
version of yourself is like, you know how many fucking Data Live fan arts I drew yesterday? 27! Oh my God, in one day? Yes. Because I killed my family. They were a distraction.
I've become the greatest author writer in the world, Reyes.
And all I had
You
to
can become like me.
It's like some Mangekyu Sharingan shit. In order to be the best
Yeah.
writer author in the world, you must kill everyone you love.
It's like the apotheosis of that stupid like writer artist meme where like only true suffering leads to true art. So it's like I became the suffering or whatever.
That's Meru, baby.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. But yeah, no, when you were talking about how, the fact that like she caused herself this own suffering and like the depth of that, she even says as much at the end of the chapter here. She realizes like I can't even be mad at her because that was me until I was snapped out of it. And like, I mean, I've had moments like this where I think back of like how I used to think about things, and it's one of the most jarring things in the world, but it also is proof of your own development, is when you think back even like 2-3 years and be like, I can't believe I thought that. Like it almost feels like you're thinking of a different person even though it was you. It's very jarring to think about. Or like, have you ever seen like videos of yourself, or like gone back and seen like Facebook posts or texts you did like 10 years ago and you're like, God, I used to talk like
definitely,
that? Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm totally expecting like probably like well, if we do get to see future Otherworld Nano again, we're probably gonna find out that she is even more fucked up than our the one Nano we know and love, and it's gonna be like, this the core wound kind of situation that from which all other wounds in Nano's psyche arise. I really hope we get a little more.
I think we will. I mean, there was the line where she's like, I will not be able to see you again until your world fully crosses over. To me, that was like an obvious setup. I think this is probably going to be a 3-parter. I think it's going to be,
I hope so,
yeah. At the end of the next part, we'll be 100% synced, and then she'll sync over, and then they'll be in the same world, and then there's going to be a confrontation. This is absolutely, mark my fucking words, going to end with Nano confronting the worst of herself, physically, or metaphorically and literally, right? She's going to be able to shout down the worst of herself and get the bravery to be like, no, actually, you're wrong. Your ideology is wrong. Life requires a happy balance between efficiency and emotion. Otherwise, what is the efficiency for? And I guarantee you we're going to have that. And I mean, this is a huge chapter for Nano. I mean, like I was watching I watched through the anime with Allie because she's anime only, although I'm getting closer to convincing her to catch up with the manga. I was like
slowly wearing her down.
She's thinking about it because she's like, fuck, it is really, because I was showing her, I think I was showing her some random I was rereading a chapter and she was like, fuck dude, it is really good. And I'm like, it is really good. So and if she catches up, we finally get to do a woman tier list. We get to fucking throw our hat in the ring.
Oh my God, the sausage party is like will be broken.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. That's the numbers that's gonna pull in. That's its fucking title. A woman ranks. No, I'm just kidding. A girl's opinion. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, woman, question mark.
A woman. Brrr, question mark. Exclamation point. But I forgot what I was gonna say. I lost my train of thought. Where was I going with this?
Confronting Nano.
Yes, she's gonna be able to
like,
scream at herself, and it's gonna be really satisfying. And oh yeah, I remember why I was saying this, because I was watching it with Allie, and Allie, I was like, ooh, next chapter is a Nano chapter, and then she had the audacity to be like, mid. And I was like, oh, first of all, motherfucker, you've only seen a season and a half, okay? You don't get to call Nano mid, okay? Like, you have not seen enough Nano.
I've seen the things I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, because Nano does, I used to think she was mid, too, when I was uneducated and a whelp. I haven't heard whelp in a long time. I just figured I'd bring it back.
Whelp.
Boo. Is that a word? Did I just make that up? Like, you whelp? Okay.
Yeah, there's whelp like an animal or like a insult, I guess. But then also whelp is like whelp. I guess that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Yes. But yeah, and then of course, This one, this hurts, right? Because it's Rentaro. He's perfect. It's perfect Rentaro. I half expected somehow for Rentaro to be able to just like overpower this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like he did with the fucking Infinity God. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the power scaling is crazy. Like, the Infinity God couldn't overcome Rentaro, but
future Nano's tech can.
Yeah.
So future Nano.
I guess it's because it's the person he loves, maybe.
No, I mean I think this just means future Nano can one shot no diff the Infinity God.
You know, talk about feats and power scaling.
Put it on the wiki. And for like sources, link to this video. I want it on the wiki. I want a page that says
don't link to the manga chapter itself. Link to our video discussing it.
No, yeah. I want, like, under Infinity God, someone needs to do this, but don't get mad at me, wiki owners. It's just a fucking prank, okay? You need to go to the wiki, and under Infinity God, under, like, facts or whatever, put, like, fucking no diffed, one shot by future Nano, and then link to our video. Thank you. Okay. Only do that if you don't think you're gonna get in trouble. I don't want to get anyone in trouble, alright? Do it of your own accord.
I mean, well, it's been a while since I was on Wiki. I mean, I think you can, as an anonymous user, you can just edit shit, and then they'll edit it back. They'll
change it back, and no harm, no foul. No, I do kind of feel bad.
It's just a harmless prank. It's just egging a house, I guess. I don't know how harmless that is. But
funny. Okay. I don't know. Do it if you feel like it, but if you do it, screen cap it, send it to me, and then I'll laugh at it. But only one person do it, okay? Do it once.
Oh yeah.
And then don't keep doing it. God, I really have. I've backed myself into a bad place here. The
power we wield is terrifying.
It really. The people who own that wiki are gonna go on the Reddit and be like, Chaos Squared are fucking menaces, bro. They need to be stopped.
They're too chaotic. They need to be
squared.
They need to be halved.
Yeah.
Chaos halved.
True. Chaos cubed.
Okay, that'd be worse.
Oh my god! Didn't we make some kind of joke about like, who knows, we could have like a fucking third person on this channel in like 10 years? That's when it changes to Chaos Cubed. Yeah. So anyway, Rentaro shows up. And again,
got that deja vu, memories unbroken, the truth goes unspoken,
is this like a song? What is this?
Oh yeah. It's like it's one of those things I've heard like it uses a meme one time and it just
sounds like a fucking Persona song or something.
It's from I think this song exists on its own, but I mean it's from like a Metal Gear Rising Revenge or something like that. It's used in that.
Is it the fucking
edgy?
Oh, dude. Okay, the only one I know from that is the "Standing Here, I realize."
I don't think it's that one. Like, it's called something like because I looked it up for this.
That game is fucking amazing, by the way.
I mean, it's like let me see. Yeah. The only thing I know for real is the name of the music piece, whatever you want to call
it. Dude, I'm telling you what. I had the privilege of watching a political streamer play that game, because it was a political streamer who also streamed video games on the side. And it was so funny because that game is like very political, but it's written really stupidly. So like watching literally a poli-sci major play that game was so fucking funny.
Having only consumed that story via Maxor's quote unquote reviews of it, I mean, I see I see the politics.
It's so good, and I like how like on the nose it is. So there's like one of the bad guys is like they're trying to like assassinate the president. I think they're trying to basically like cause havoc again because they work for the military-industrial complex and they want to just have a bunch of money for like war, right? Like they want to sell people government's weapons, so they want to cause chaos.
Just like the good old days back after 9/11.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. And this game was made in 2011, so it was like 10. It was only. This wasn't like this was pretty fresh still. That's insane. Oh, that game was crazy. And then, have you seen the classic cutscene where he's got like a what is it called? What's that hat called? Sombrero, I think.
Oh yeah.
He's got like a sombrero on, and he's like, he says some shit in Spanish, but in like the most white way possible. I can't remember. Have you seen that?
Some jalapeno poppers. Yeah. I eat some tacos.
Yeah, dude. Dude, well, it's so funny because he's like, I'm not even shitting you.
Killers.
Okay, so it's Raiden, and he's Raiden from Metal Gear Rising. He's like a fucking cyborg robot ninja, and he's like in a limousine or a car. I don't even remember what the fuck. It's been so long. He's in a car, and he's like getting driven or driving to some secret place, but he's in Mexico, and they're like, "Oh, are you gonna be able to like sneak in there? You kind of stand out like a sore thumb." He's like, "Don't worry, I have the fucking best disguise," and he's like super serious about it. He's like, "I am in disguise. It'll be fine." And he gets out, and he looks like a fucking like luchador, like
Yeah, like,
and then like
he's wearing like a poncho and then
Yep.
also a sombrero.
yeah, and then two dudes see him as he's about to go into the sewer, and he says, "Adios, amigos," and he throws the sombrero at them, and he goes down, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Stealth 100. I'm sure he was real proud of himself after saying that one.
And I remember the playthrough I was watching of that poli-sci guy. He was like, and you just know that Raiden thinks he fucking nailed that. Like,
Yeah.
God. All right. Wow. See, now we had our state mandated off topic segment.
Our patented chaotic.
Yep.
Damn, what's the word? It's on the tip of my tongue. That where you go and whatever.
Oh.
Go
Tangent.
Yes, yeah, our patented chaotic tangent.
Ooh, we did it.
Oh my lord! You pull it back around.
That wasn't really
Pull it
efficient.
around.
That wasn't very efficient of you, Rios, the way you thought of that
Yeah.
word. Nano would be disappointed.
Yeah, and I'm disappointed. We're not gonna get to see the continuation of this arc until
break.
2 weeks from now.
Oh.
That motherfucker not.
You know what I think?
Smiling all the way to the bank.
You know what I think? I think since we're not going to have any video to do next weekend, maybe next weekend should be our first retrospective stream. Can you read 10 chapters in a week, or is that too quick?
I mean, I'm only on chapter 2 right now.
All right. Okay.
Page 20 of chapter 2.
Okay.
And there's
Motherfucker's
like,
taken. He's already got 30 pages of notes. I guess.
Yeah, let me see. How much do my notes? Okay, yeah. So chapter 1 is like probably is like about as long as what it's about as long as what I did for this chapter. It was about probably 600 words. I'm working on chapter 2. I'm doing like overall impressions and shit like that.
I absolutely love the way your mind works, Rios. It's so good. Genuinely, I'm not even.
Yeah, you get to see it, the version of it in Nano on the big screen, the big page, I guess. So you know, yeah. You get 2 for the price of 1.
I genuinely wish that like your mind is kind of how I wish my mind was. Like you're like the grass that's greener on the other side for me. Like I genuinely wish, as I really do look up to people that can like hyper analyze shit. I like to think of myself as have you watched Gravity Falls?
I mean, enough of it to.
There's a Dipper quote that I fucking love, and it really made me feel for Dipper. Right? He basically said like. He said something like, sometimes they're about to die, so they're like admitting shit. And he's like, guys, sometimes I use words that I don't really know the meaning of, because if I'm the smart guy, if I'm not the smart guy, what am I? You know, like, for years, I mean, that was like my shtick on these reviews, right? I was like, there was a joke when I reviewed One Piece with Thurman, where we called, I think we said reading versus comprehension, right? Like, because Thurman was the reading, I was the comprehension. Because Thurman would constantly like miss shit, and I'd be like, "Stupid! I noticed this because I'm the smart one." But now it actually reminds me of when Game Grumps changed from JonTron Aaron to Danny Aaron. How we talked about this previously, where like now I can be the silly guy and you're the smart guy. We've changed you've allowed me to take a break and not be like the I am the smart reader here. I get to be the stupid one.
I mean, it's funny you say that you look up to me for being analytical, because I mean, there are plenty of people I look up to in terms of their analytical abilities. I remember way back when the artist formerly known as Digibro, now known as Trixie and Wix. I mean, I remember being like, oh my god, I love this person's ability to like logically analyze. Because I mean, normally I'm not really like logically analyzing stuff. I'm more like, what I would call it, I'm more like describing my like perceptions of the thing. That I happen to have really detailed perceptions of shit, but it's not really like a logical analysis where there's like a where things like this based on these premises we can conclude it's not like that. It's more like I see this and I'm describing what I see to you, and exacting detail, like that kind of thing.
Well, that might be how you look at it, but you have to
Very.
remember that everyone sees things in a different way, right? So you
Well,
think
yeah.
you're just describing objective reality, but by describing
Well,
your
no, definitely
yeah.
not objective reality. But yeah, I mean, I'm comparing it to the people who have, well, to me, a clearly much more logically derived like view of the things. I mean, I always struggle with anything that involved like logical deduction that you can't just like I'm like I'm like Hasa in the sense that like I instead of scent, it's with my mind's eye. If I can't see the answer to the thing, I'm really bad at like
Yeah.
taking a bunch of like disparate facts and like concluding the like because my mind is almost it's kind of like too free to a certain extent. Like I can't like I can't constrain myself to just following like a bunch of logical axioms.
But look
like,
at how
okay.
long and how detailed you were able to just talk about the way your mind works there. Like that's
Well, yeah,
genuinely beautiful. I really
that's something that I perceived and described before in the past. So
oh
it's
my
like,
god.
I'm not logically concluding any. That doesn't mean I logically conclude in the moment. This is stuff that I've thought to myself.
No,
about
but
in the
that's
past.
cool.
Well, yeah, I know. But it's more like I'm trying to like what's the word? I'm trying to like properly characterize. You gotta appreciate me for what I can. Exactly
if
what I
you
can.
lived back in the day, you would be one of those philosophers sitting under a tree all day. That would be your job. They'd be like, "This one think good. Put him under the tree. Make him right."
I guess, yeah. I would hope so. I'd rather because I feel more like I'd be like the person on the farm field who's like I'm thinking I think there's a better way to do this, guys. Like shut up, dude. Do your farming, farmer. Like and I'm just like these fucking idiots. They're not even paying attention. Like just rotate the crops and you won't have to worry about like crop depletion. But these idiots. Like,
yeah, no, that would be a nightmare. And then when it comes to me, my greatest strength is that anytime I read or watch anything, I am just inundated with so many fucking thoughts about the thing that I could talk about it forever. Like, so Allie and I are watching Severance right now. Have you heard of this show? It's getting a lot of publicity.
Yeah, I've heard.
Pretty good. I recommend it. But, like, I'm the type of person, and this is why I love Allie, because I think a lot of people would fucking hate this, but, like, we like to discuss as we're watching. So, like, I will almost every 5 minutes or so pause it and be like, okay, this scene is absolutely a metaphor for this. And she'll be like, yeah, dude, it absolutely is. That's where my thing, like, it's really nice. And you would probably be jealous of this aspect, Rios, but, like, I almost read something and without having to think about it or, like, filter through, I just instantly am, like, filled with words that I just need to vomit out about the thing.
Yeah, for me, the half the battle is turning my, like, perceptions into words. I mean, I would go so far as to say that's probably a big reason why I became a writer, because I mean I spent so much of my time just trying to translate my thoughts into just intelligible language.
See, that's a good example of why I have. Oh my God, you are really piecing together something right now. This is such a good group therapy session, Raz. So like, okay, because like, what is my biggest weakness when it comes to writing? I've always told you this. I have all these ideas, but I can't get them from my head to paper because my weakness is the formatting. It's always been the formatting. Like it's just how it doesn't sound right, like because I don't.
Oh my God, I'm the opposite for that. I read so much shit growing up. I can basically write in any format that I want, but the problem I had, especially when I was younger, was I didn't have the content to match the form.
We need
like,
to collab. We should collab on something. I say on our collab YouTube channel.
Yeah. Because like I could write beautiful sounding, like this arbitrary beautiful sounding shit, but I didn't have anything beautiful to say, and that made it hard to,
So you were so machine that you were like, I have to tap into my organics.
Yeah. I don't think I've mentioned this on here, but I think I did mention it
in our correspondence.
But I mean, I based like Nano if she went into art.
Yes, yeah.
It's like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff a lot of like emotional growth I only went through because it was like that was useful to my writing things, like being able to understand, the deep, psychic phenomenon where we're using myself as like basically a test subject is really useful for writing that stuff in other characters and stuff. So it's like, I mean, thank God I got into art. Otherwise, I probably would be much more. You would be
Nano. Future Nano right now. You would have a skin tight suit, and you'd be going around genociding other worlds.
Yeah, my hair would be short.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if you ever want to know, I think everyone can describe themselves as a combination of 2 or 3 100 Girlfriends characters. Okay. So like Rios is a perfect combination of Nano and Rin.
Yep.
But if Rin, for both of them, with art, Nano with art, Rin with art.
Well, again, Rin does do art. He just does
Oh,
music.
okay. You know what? I'm sorry.
Well, okay. Well, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Because when I think of art, I don't necessarily. I think of like all.
I do too.
Not
No, I
just
meant
visual.
not the violence thing. I meant.
Oh.
Remember, like what you said?
No. For me, it's erotic
Oh,
stuff.
right.
Like,
I'm sorry.
Like that's I hide from the majority of people because a lot of people are weirded out by that shit.
That was a self-report on my end because I read so much erotic art that I've just tied it into art.
Well, yeah, I do too.
Eroticism is art, motherfuckers.
The mainstream world doesn't see it the way I do. I'm a misunderstood genius of my time.
It's facts, yeah. Which is why Rios help Rios in his mission to fuse all other worlds with a world where eroticism is art. Every subscribe charges up his time machine, his parallel world machine.
Oh my lord.
How many subscriptions do you need, Rios, to get to the next parallel world?
Well, to be reasonable, I'd say let's go for 1,000 so we can get some advertisements in the on this channel,
Yeah, and then all the revenue will go towards building Rios's parallel universe machine and also getting Rios really sexy skin tight Evangelion suit.
Oh my lord! Yeah, get that Shinji plug suit type shit.
Yeah, imagine a guy in that. Oh, are you gonna wear a cup or are you just gonna let the fucking outline just show in your skin tight suit?
I mean, I've seen some art that was basically like that. I mean, it's like.
All right. Well, anyway, we still really haven't talked about this final scene with Red Zero.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we kind of, we can kind of, like the implications are kind of obvious. It's like Rentaro is gonna try to, help. I don't think he's gonna like.
Yeah, I don't want Rentaro to save the day. This needs to be a situation.
Like it better fucking not be like the island chapter because that was. I remember the trauma we spent like.
I can't believe that was the first chapter we reviewed, man.
Mm-hmm. And we spent a lot of time theory crafting, and then only for it to end in the most anticlimax way imaginable. Like,
no, this is feeling a lot more like the hair tentacle chapter.
It is much.
Think, yeah.
Well, the hair tentacle chapter was a little disappointing for me too. Because I was expecting we get like a
you wanted like
Nano me.
Oh,
well, I mean, not even just like it didn't have to be longer. That is just more of Nano me playing more of a significant role where they kind of like they kind of like develop.
No, I just meant like I don't think it's gonna end with a whimper, right? Because the.
I mean, to be fair, the hair box one was pretty quick. I think there's gonna be more.
It was quick, but it ended with him fucking diving out of a helicopter into the massive hair. That was sick as fuck. Okay,
yes, yeah. But okay, what I was gonna say was I think this is gonna be more like as the top minds on the Hunter Girlfriend Reddit, and they mentioned like there's been this pattern where like all where the girls in kind of in order are getting like really. Big character development arcs. The first one we got was with the Hakari retrieval arc way back.
Karne and the marriage one, right?
Yeah, and then later on with Shizuka, and now we get Nano. So I guess the next one's gonna be Kusari. I guess.
It's time, bro. Kusari.
Yeah.
She like
in like the next year,
really,
I guess.
This really fucking epic shot of her dropping the diaper. I am done with it, even though she kind of already is done with it.
Yeah. I was imagining it'd be a bit more about her
I know, I'm joking.
Crippling fear of I was gonna say I'm gonna play the joke. I was imagining it'd be more about her crippling fear of like people abandoning her because of her her overindulgence in medicine. But the diaper thing is even more important. It's actually I didn't think of it until you mentioned it, Red.
That's the interesting thing about Kusari. I actually feel like a lot of her development's been like in the background. Like I feel like she's kind of already gotten over the because when's the last time she like non-consensually drugged someone? I feel like she doesn't do that anymore, and I feel like she also doesn't shit in diapers anymore. So I mean, what else is there to do with Kusari?
To be fair, that might just be off screen though.
No. Do not ruin this for me. I like to believe that she has truly like that's something that I like about this series is that like you can track development in the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think she stopped. I want someone in the comments genuinely tell me the last time that the diaper thing happened. I bet it was. I mean, I can't even. Literally.
Well, yeah, that one.
Hundreds.
Yeah, that one hasn't been.
Yeah.
Yes, that one has not been since probably like maybe even like Natty era of the story.
I think
Well, I mean,
because
well,
you can,
if that's the case, then the top miners are going to be their pattern's not going to hold because I mean, Kusuri's got nothing to have a. I mean, I guess she could go more into like going
oh,
off to
I got it.
America.
I was just gonna say it's gonna be about her actually pursuing her education, like she gave up for Rentaro and or for Hikari specifically. I think that would be awesome. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, that'd be you actually see how like the greater side of the community like deals with her basically being a magician or like a potion maker. Like,
No, that would be
like what do they think of that?
That would genuinely be so. That actually would be really good for her character because, like, it would. I've talked about how I really find Shizuka attractive because she's so intelligent. I think intelligence is super attractive, and something that's easy to forget about Kusuri is that she is very intelligent.
Yeah,
despite the fact that she's like, oh yep, blah, blah, blah,
you know, chaotic. Despite the fact she's a chaotic gremlin.
Yes,
there was some like
No, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I mean there must be some intelligence behind it. Otherwise, like how would she be making these potions that she calls drugs? Like I mean.
No, yeah, I mean, I think that would be really good for her character, for me to see her actually in like a serious setting where like okay, I'm because kind of in the same way that like when Iku is not up on the rooftop with the family, she kind of like locks away the ass smacking masochism, right? Like, I would like to see a situation where Kusuri is going to like fucking Harvard and she has to kind of lock in and not be such a fucking weirdo. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to see that. Like, she can still have a little. It's about letting little bits of it shine through, but having your, you have your indoor voice and your outdoor voice, right? You have your personality when you're around your best friends, and you have your personality when you're around your colleagues and work partners and fellow students at Harvard University. I would like to see a Kusuri that can kind of lock it in and like not be super weird and really impress like a bunch of like Harvard University professors that are like the geniuses of their field. Like, oh my god, this is groundbreaking. How did you do that?
Yeah, I can actually imagine like the main like conflict of arc is like she. No matter how much he tries to lock in, she cannot control it. Like he's supposed to be making like a potion, a drug for like I don't know, curing cancer or whatever, and she makes like a drug that makes the cancer worse or something, or it heals you too much.
Or something like that. She keeps accidentally reverting back to rooftop shenanigans. Like this is supposed to be the cure your cancer drug, but it's actually the give you fat G cups drug, and it's like, oh, sorry, old habits.
Yeah, it moved all the cancer cells to your bust. I'm sorry.
Her fucking like her like old professor like is like I'm trying to think. No, yeah. He's like, oh my I'm trying to not my mother. I don't know. My cousin. I have a cousin who has cancer. I'm gonna give this to him, and then he gets fat titties, and he's like, well, he doesn't have cancer anymore.
Like, you know what? I happen to be trans, so this was actually really great for me.
When you get your cancer healed and you get body euphoria all in one.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I couldn't get the top surgery because I had the cancer, and they thought it would be the
insurance wouldn't cover it,
Yeah, we're in America. Remember, Kusuri, we don't have this isn't Japan where the healthcare is much more advanced.
Kusuri solves the American healthcare system somehow.
Well, this is the drug that makes your healthcare like single payer.
That's awesome. Bernie Sanders approves. Fucking that reminds me of one of my favorite, because you know enough about One Piece, right? You know enough.
Yeah.
One of my favorite memes.
I know One Piece about One Piece.
Nice. Applause. Thank you. Fucking everyone applaud Rios in the comments for that joke. Oh my god,
please don't. Yeah, we'll know that this is how we'll know that you got this far into the
If
episode.
I see the clapping emojis, you're a real one, okay?
Please don't.
It'd say, excellent joke, Rios. 10 out of 10. But no, it's one of my favorite memes where it's like me watching Luffy dismantle the Supreme Court after I gave him a Big Mac and explained the U.S. government to him.
Oh my god, that is what would happen.
Because that is what happens in every arc. Like, he shows up to a place and like it's
beats
fucking
up the cops, beats up the corrupt politicians.
But,
he
like,
helps the poor citizens who are being oppressed by their leaders.
Well, that's what makes it so funny is that Luffy's a fucking idiot. Like, he's not political in any way. He has no aspirations. Like that's where his brothers had aspirations, and Sabo has aspirations. His brother Sabo is literally in One Piece Antifa. I'm not even kidding you. But like, Luffy himself, he is just kind of vibing. He just wants to grill. He has no idea that he's a hero. He's just like, that guy personally slighted me and pissed me off, so I'm gonna fucking kill him. Not literally kill him. He likes to kick people's ass.
Just beat them to within an inch of their life.
Yeah, he's got this interesting
Coon force on their ass.
Oda's gone into that. Like, Luffy doesn't like to kill because he feels like it's not his right to end someone's dream, right? It's like, okay, but if I disagree with your dream, I'll beat the shit out of you and highly force you to consider. Reconsider dreams, change career paths. But yeah, no, I mean, that's just what he does. Like, he'll show up and then, like, someone that's like super nice to him and like feeds him a little bit will be like, yeah, so that thing I just fed you, that was actually like the only food I had for the whole year, because our fucking country is like ass and run by this bad guy that takes all the food for himself. And Luffy's like, what? Like that Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Like, I have to spend all my food. I have to spend all my money on healthcare, so I gave you my bottom dollar. And like, like the people at the healthcare thing, they told me that my insurance would pay for the thing, but then when I got an accident. And then
they denied coverage. Luffy,
they denied my coverage.
Luffy, what you have to understand is there's this thing called lobbyists, and they go to our kings and queens, and they say, do this and we'll enrich you, we'll give you gold, and they're corrupt, they're evil, and he's like, oh wow, that sounds really bad. And he's like, yeah, it is. I'll give you a burger if you kick their asses. Deal.
Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah. This is why we love Luffy. He's a pure-hearted soul. So yeah, I mean, what a great chapter, truly. I mean, Jesus. Do you have any final thoughts on this? I mean, just true. I'm so excited to see where it goes.
Final thoughts. Oh. Bonus question, Red. Do you know when Nano's birthday is?
Oh, jeez.
It's the 14th.
Is it March 14th?
Yes.
Because of Pi?
Right smack dab in the middle of the break week.
Bro. All right, headcanon. This is all happening on her birthday. That's fucked.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he would do that. He would totally do that.
Whoa, what if part 3 ends? What if this arc ends with her telling off her future self, banishing her to the Shadow Realm, and then like everything fades back? And she like, oh dude, if this is right, you all need to give me sloppy blowies. Okay, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, we gotta clap for you.
I'm sorry. You don't need to give me sloppy blowies. Give me sloppy blowies in the comments below.
Give him a neat blowy.
Yeah. I don't have the sloppy.
A nano efficient blowy.
Oh god, anyway. Here's my theory. Okay. She's gonna yell at future Nano. She's gonna disappear. The world's gonna like rematerialize, and she's gonna be like, okay, everything's normal, right? And she's gonna be running around the school, but she's not gonna be able to find any of the family. And she's gonna be like, what the fuck? What happened? Oh my god! And she's panicking and she's freaking out. And she runs to the roof, and they're all there, about to throw a surprise party for her. Like they were hiding from her because it's her birthday, and that's how it ends.
That would be incredible. Mm-hmm. I mean, you want. I mean, once again, if you're listening, Nakamura, you have the opportunity to do the most incredible thing. But
yeah. So if that happens, that is you telling me, Nakamura, that you watch our reviews.
Don't say that. I mean, he has to keep up appearances, and now he's not going to do that because
I promise you, I will not. I won't sue you.
He's going to do the exact opposite of that, but then we'll be able to figure out that way. That's how.
Basically, if anything happens, he's watching us.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, he can tell you the story just like we want him to. That means he's watching.
God.
Oh my lord.
Excellent stuff. But yeah, no, I'm really. I mean, this is huge for Nano. Like, I really hope to. Mm-hmm. I hope that we see. Obviously, she's still going to be her. With a series like this, you can't super change a character to the point where they're not themselves, but I would like to see going forward little minute adjustments in how she interacts with people. That maybe kind of like how Oda did Robin, right? Do you know about Robin's arc in Ennie's Lobby, Water 7, the I want to live moment? Do you know about all that?
Yeah.
So after that,
mostly just from 100 Girlfriends. He does the meme.
Kurumi. Oh, like that was insane.
I want to eat or whatever.
You have no idea how much being a One Piece fan in conjunction with being a 100 Girlfriends fan adds to 100 Girlfriends. You're missing out. There's so many references. But yeah. So I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Help me.
Okay, we're talking about Robin's character development.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Or whatever.
So Robin. Oda did a really cool thing with her where, like, before that arc, she's, like, palling around with the Straw Hats, but not fully opening up because she's essentially planning on using them. Like, she's basically home hopping at that point, right? Mm-hmm. Like everyone wants to kill her because she's got this huge fucking bounty. And basically even pirate groups, they always turn on her because they end up, like, I don't know, like, basically, like, the government really wants her, you know? Because she can read this ancient language that no one else can read, blah, blah, blah. And so up until that arc, Robin is very like disconnected from them. She's palling around with them, but she one of the details is that she calls everyone on the crew by a nickname. She never uses their actual name. So she's captain, swordsman, cook, never uses their names. Very very mysterious, very kind of like stays apart from them, separate. But after the arc where she really like opens herself to them, she starts to call them by their actual names. She starts to be more emotional and like open up to them more. I would like to see a tiny change after this arc with Nano, where she's still Nano, she still likes efficiency, but maybe we see a touch of a difference. Just to
like
show
that calling people just by their first names.
Ooh, yeah.
Before, because then that's more efficient to just use their first name.
I've thought that too. Like when she said up here, she said, she talks like, this world does not need that. I would not want that. It's like, girl, it's more efficient to say doesn't and wouldn't, right? Like.
Yeah, you can get more said in less time,
Exactly. Yeah, no, there's multiple ways to take her efficiency. I mean, she could literally be like, it's actually way more efficient to not shower, and she could be like disgusting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my lord. Nano, the basement dweller or whatever, like
stinky. Well, yeah, I'm sure she would say. Because what she's aiming for is like a good career, right? So it's like, well, you have to shower to be seen well in society and blah 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 blah. But I can't get over, by the way, just how I really really like this shot of like the group looking at her. There's something about the shading, or like it's really well drawn. All their faces look very distinct and different. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Where Shizuka's saying, AI-san, good morning to you. And then Matsuri's like, you know her, Shizuka? I just really like this panel.
I would like the difference between this panel and the previous one where we don't see Mimi's face here, but we do see her face in the...
Being smug up there?
Yeah, she's being she's being happy and she's goofing around enjoying with the group, but then Nano shows up and it's like...
Yeah, I think it's because we're building up to her being like, ew. Yeah. But it would actually, honestly, it would have added a lot more. If in this panel she's like looking disgusted back there, that would have been great as well, actually.
True, yeah. I mean, send that editor's note to Nozawa.
Oh, man. Wow. Yeah, Nozawa, I don't know if you know this. You kind of fucked up. Oh, man. No, Nozawa, you cooked.
Speaking of other things we appreciate, I also appreciate I can't explain why I appreciate it so much. I like the title of this chapter, like "The World of My Memories." There's something very like wistful or whatever about that. It's like, I mean, I was very very fascinating because I think we know how important memories are to Nano.
Yeah,
and
yeah, and like, well, I mean, I think because like once this synchronization is done, that world will only exist in her memories, right? Like,
yeah. So I mean, just a lot of things to appreciate, a lot of little subtle details all around.
But the good news is for you, our videos exist in more than just your memories. They exist on our YouTube channel, which you can find very easily if you click subscribe and save it to your subscription list.
Yeah, if you want to prove want to prove it further, you can like it. You can even comment on it. Like, I mean,
yeah, that'll save it to many different lists in your YouTube algorithm. Yeah.
So there's many ways to create memories on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh my god. I want to give a quick shout out to because I respect this, I appreciate this. There was a guy as we were starting to film this. There was a guy who commented on our last video, and he was like, basically like, I bet you guys are about to discuss it right now. Let me see.
I mean, yeah, good on you. You got you got us on lock. You've got our pattern.
Yeah. Marzy plays. Marzey plays. There might be a chance that right now, all caps, you guys are about to discuss chapter 208.
Yes. Okay, They didn't give a time, so right now could be any time. But
well, I mean,
I see what you did there, buddy. Don't think that got past me.
It made me smile. And of course, join our Discord, y'all. It's in the link at the top of our YouTube. There are many people in there, including Moonlight150 of Slice of Life gaming fame, and Potato, who posts so many pictures. Who else? Who else should we shout out?
As well as Backtracks Reacts.
Yes, of course.
Amber Archive fame. I think that's the main channel.
Let's take a look. Let's go to the family real quick. Let's shout out everybody. Hey everybody. Hey, hold on. I'm gonna see if anyone. Hold on. Wait a minute. At everyone. Say hi. Fuck. I'm bad at typing.
You're live. You're getting on the recording.
All right, you guys. So, final thoughts. While we get everyone in.
Yeah. Well, we didn't mention it, but it was nice to see Nano just putting together like a scrapbook basically. We get to see this what was this date they were going on with like a lot of the newer girlfriends like Hasuha, Nemu.
Backshots Reacts is the first in. Then we got uniquely.nia. Call me C.
Woman ?
Yeah, dude. No, woman exclamation point. Have you clicked on their shit?
Oh,
she, her, motherfucker.
Oh,
that is the mythical woman.
Yes.
100 girlfriends fan. Do not come in here and hit on them. Leave them alone. Yes. We are respectful.
We will hit on you.
Yeah, with baseball bats. No, see, we are Rentaro coded as a reminder. Okay, so you must be respectful.
Yes.
Hey. All right.
100 fans. Yeah, 100 fans really love us. We treat them all we love our fans equally and whatnot and deeply. We won't let any harm come to them.
Yeah, no, they for sure. Like Rentaro. My brain went Rentaro, Rios, because I was going Rentaro, Rios, Luffy. Because I was gonna say like Rentaro when he dressed up as Luffy, but then I also said your name. Yeah, we will kick ass, take names, and dismantle the U.S. government if you give us a Big Mac.
And
Moonlight.
We're all out of bubblegum.
See, perfect timing, Moonlight. Join us for the collab stream tonight or tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this.
Mm-hmm.
Bing
or
bong.
in the past.
Or in the past. Yeah, maybe you missed out. In which case, sucks to suck. Be faster.
Maybe you're watching us 20 years in the future when alternate universe traversals have been invented, and you want to go back in time to. Maybe that's how that commenter. Damn, I forgot his name, but maybe that's how that commentator, whatever, got our recording time down so accurately. They went back in time.
All right. Let me just let my. I'm sorry. I was busy typing and I was just letting you yap to fill time. Thank you. Mind HD is typing. Hey, people. All right. Look at you see all these people? I think we got 30 plus people. Oh, man, they're all fucking. Oh my god. All right.
They're all fucking.
They're all. And if you want to be fucking, join our Discord. Goodbye.
Bye. See ya.